This week on Dateline Schools, we're learning about the 21-22 First Robotics season that just kicked off this month. Tell us more about it. My special guest is one of the coordinators for the First Robotics Program in KPAC, John Antilla. And John, we know you kind of work out and you want to be the best in the state and maybe get to the nationals and internationals, but how many competitions does your First Robotics teams normally have during a typical season?
So typically teams attend 2 district level competitions and they garner points in a state ranking system. And then the top, I'm going to say this year, it's probably going to be the top 90 teams, then advance to the Michigan State Championship, which is going to be held at Saginaw Valley State University this year. And then from there, teams advance to the World Championship. So there's 3 levels: a district, state, and then a world championship level.
Now, I know in the past few years prior to the pandemic, the worlds were held down in Detroit, which was great for us being from Michigan. How about this year?
Yeah, this year, because of the pandemic, I assume there's been a reduction in the total number of teams competing this year. And so the world championship, instead of being in 2 different events, previously it was in Houston and Detroit, has now been condensed to 1 event down in Houston, Texas.
So it's got to be quite the undertaking to be able to move your whole team down there if you get the nationals. But that's a challenge you do for every one of your competitions, isn't it?
It is. It was unexpected until we heard that this was announced, and it's significantly increases costs, as you might imagine, if we were successful enough to advance to the World Championship.
So if we have a local business or even more students who would like to get involved in First Robotics, who do they reach out to? How do they get involved and be part of this exciting time?
Well, of course, they can reach out to me, even if it's in an area that's outside of the KPAC area, and I can direct them to a mentor or the coach of the other teams that were more closer to their area. But absolutely, the biggest challenge we have, besides funding, and actually more important than funding, is finding talented people that are willing to help out and donate some of their time to help the students, understand the elements of engineering and design in order to produce a robot that's super competitive. My experience is the money usually comes when there's success on a team, but the success comes from the help that is garnered by the human capital that enters the team.
For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington. Dateline is a production of Safety.